Hey, Kings of Dragons, Dragon King 551 here. This is going to be a big sports video as it's been a while since I've done one of these. First off, I want to say Happy New Year. It's been a while. I've been um, with mental health and physical health. I just didn't feel like doing a lot of videos lately, and I'm back on it. And right now, after Michigan basketball video I did a while ago about talking about how bad the team still is. And this one's all about sports. So let's go right into it. First off, I'm going to talk about these teams right here: the Giants, the Jets, the Niners, the Browns, the Chargers, and the Cardinals. The 8 teams that I predicted in videos in beginning of the season. So let's start with my predictions, as they did not all of them came for fruition. What I said for the Giants, I said they were going to go 10-7 or 9-8. I believe that they could have won that many games due to the fact that Daniel Jones had a good team around him, but they just completely fell apart with defense, injuries, and everything else. And Jones was just not a good quarterback. So it didn't work. They went to a 4-13 record. We will get more into the Giants aspects because Giants fans, you'll be very happy to hear what happened um, this week and last week. Jets, I had them at 9-8. They also finished the season 4-13. Again, they had a rookie quarterback, so I didn't think they were going to do a lot. Now, the 49ers, I did have them as a ceiling at 10-7. My prediction for their actual record was 13-4, but they did finish the season 10-7. Nonetheless, they still made the playoffs, and that's what I said they were going to do. And they also were going to start Trey Lance in some games, and they did. And Trey Lance balled out and won them a game. The Browns, I said they were going to go 12-5. I thought they were a really good team. They completely fell apart and went 8-9. I don't know what happened there. So that was terrible. And I said the Chargers could go 9-8. Originally I had them say 11-6 because they were a really good team. I believe that they were going to do a lot of damage and stuff. But then I said, okay, their floor could be 9-8 if there's some injuries or there's just some games that don't work out in their favor. Now they should have tied if they didn't call the timeout, the time would have expired and it would have been Chargers, Raiders in the playoffs, and the Steelers would have been out. Huge mistake there. Now the Cardinals, I predicted correctly. I said they were going to win 11 games and lose 6 games, and I was right because they're a good team, but they had some problems. And the final game, they usually sub out most of their players because they know they're going to make the playoffs. So they'll just say, "Hey, we'll screw it." But the Rams made it as well, so that's pretty nice. With that being said, let's go right into some college stuff, and then we can jump back right into pros of sports and everything else. So first off, I want to start with my boys over here, the Michigan Wolverines. You can see that they fell apart against them. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know if Jim Harbaugh is the right coach still. I think he truly is. Going 12-2 is still a great season from going unranked to being number 2. Obviously, the last AP ranking is out here. You can see that number 3 is the Michigan Wolverines. Bama fell to 2. Georgia is 1. Obviously, that was the AP ranking committee. So Michigan could start FS3 next year. But personally, I think they should be 2. But then again, I don't really care as long as they're in the top 5. So it's not that bad. But I don't know how well they're going to do. I mean, personally, I think they should have started JJ McCarthy the whole game. I mean, he did do better-ish. We'll see what happens, though, next year. I don't really need to go through the stats. They were just horrible. Like 325 yards, 518, 237 passing yards, only 88 rushing yards. Not a good day for Michigan. So that being said, their football team didn't get a national championship, but still, Big Ten championship, beating Ohio. Jim Harbaugh winning Coach of the Year, doing a lot of damage with those awards. Aiden Hutchinson winning Comeback Player of the Year. Hassan Haskins, I think, ran the ball for over 400 and I believe it was 43 attempts and never fumbled the ball once in his whole career. So he's a really good back. I think he's going to be spectacular in the NFL. David Ojabos just entered it. All of those players entered it. So those guys are going into the NFL. A lot of great awards we won. And Jake Moody, kicker of the year, comeback player of the year, good awards nonetheless. And also Aiden Hutchinson, I believe, won MVP award in the Big Ten championship. So, I mean, he did win a Big Ten championship ring. That's still really great to have that. I know we haven't won a national championship since 1997. But let me just tell you right now, Michigan football broke records left and right. Haven't beat Ohio State since 2011. Beat them 10-year streak over. That's done. Freaking 2003. Haven't won a Big Ten title, the division itself. That's done. 2004 record. Haven't won a Big Ten championship since 04. That's done. Jim Harbaugh beat everything except for the national championship one. And still, Georgia hasn't won one since, like, I believe it was 1950 something, they said last night. I can't remember. It was something in the 50s, or maybe, I don't know where it was, but it was like in that time span. So that's pretty impressive for Georgia. And yeah, that being said, let's go right into Michigan basketball. Again, their team is, I'm not even going to go into their stats or anything. I just believe that their team is not good. Rutgers finally got them. We usually beat Rutgers. You can see the field goal percentage is still pretty good. The 3-point percentage is bad. The foul shooting was better. But again, I'm not going to go all into that. It's just basically this is just some sport breakdowns. Michigan Wolverines, obviously, I don't really like the way that they're playing this season. I hope they can get better. We'll see what happens. But 7-6, I don't even know if they're going to make March Madness. I don't even know if I want to choose my team. I mean, I stick with them through thick and thin. I know heartbreak is a problem in March Madness and everything, and it's sad to watch your team go. I mean, it's like me watching my past self choosing Michigan and watch heartbreak. But I finally got to see my team beat Ohio State. It hasn't happened since I was 11, so it was great to see 10 years, it was fun. But let me just tell you right now, this team is not making the March Madness tournament. It is not making the March Madness tournament. Sorry, I dropped my pen. It's not making it. I don't think they're gonna make it. Their team looks lackadaisical. There's no heart. There's no fight in them. They have nothing to prove anymore. With that being said, I'm going to jump right over to the national championship here. That's in a second there. Talk about those two clowns. So, the national championship game. Freaking Alabama gave up 33 points. Georgia gave up 41 and 24. So the roles were kind of reversed there. But what I do have to say is that I'm so happy Alabama lost. I love that Georgia got the last laugh and was able to do it. And look, I just don't like Alabama. I'm sick and tired of them winning. And finally, hasn't happened for a while. Joe Burrow was the last time I saw a guy win the national champion. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Devontae Smith last year as well. Those are the last two guys, a wide receiver and quarterback, both play in the game and won a Heisman and won a national championship. This man has a lot of future left. He's definitely going to stay either 2 more years or something, Bryce Young, but 1 TD and 2 interceptions. That's kind of like what Michigan did. Came McNamara threw 2 interceptions, had 0 touchdowns. So it's kind of same mold here. And Georgia just went all out, and Stephen Bennett got it, and nice to see it. But I don't think he's going to pan out in the NFL. I think he's too short. He's like 5'11", and I don't know if he can actually do what he can do in college. Look, when you're in college, everyone is good in their own attributes. But when you get into the NFL and pros, everybody is good. Everybody can shoot the 3-pointer. Everybody can shoot a 2. Everybody can make a mid-range. Anyone can do a post-up move. Anyone can make a dunk. Anyone can do that. Same with the NFL. Everyone's fast. He's got wide receivers running fast. People are tall left and right. Everyone's good because they are spectacular. That being said, I'm going to go right into a legend here. This man right here. The man, he's back, baby. He is back. Klay Thompson is back. And in his 2 games, let's see this. I believe that they have it up. And these are his 2 games. His game on January 11th and his game on January 9th, his return game. Both played for 20 minutes, had 17 points and had 14 points. He's doing pretty well, though. I mean, he's improving. He was playing pretty well. So, with that being said, he's a great player. And I can't wait to see what happens. Now, also, I forgot to mention we're still in the basketball era, so I can't wait to see what happens with Klay. I think the Warriors are going to win a national. I was supposed to say national championship, but you know what I mean. I think they're going to win an NBA Finals this year. Now, I want to talk about basketball in general. Michigan postponed 2 of their games, so they're not playing Michigan State. They didn't play Purdue. I think they will be playing Illinois on January 14th. That will be their game comeback. So we'll see what happens with them, but I think they're still a terrible team. And listen, I'm loyal to my team, but you can always admit when your team is bad. You don't need to always brag it in rivals' faces and say, well, we're a good team all the time. You know, I was like, nah, it's okay. Well, I admit we're a bad team this year. Now, I really thought our college football team, yeah, they went 11-1. And at that point, I was like, I don't know if they can beat Ohio or they're actually going to go places. They went places, but they didn't win a national championship. Still good enough for their year. I can't wait to see what happens with all of that. But back to Klay Thompson here. Klay Thompson looks really good. I cannot wait to see what happens. Now, obviously, I'm going to go into Steph Curry for just a second. I just want to see like what he did. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I could just go right here. So we'll just go right. I mean, this game right here. Obviously, they did get beat, but I really want to see like what Curry did. So Curry had 27 points. He's really having an MVP level. I think the problem is that we also don't really have all of our players as we have Draymond Green right now. We'll see what happens. So that's all I have to say about the basketball world of college and also college football and everything else. We're gonna go right into the pros of the NFL right here. And this is my final stuff. This happened. Bye and goodbye. Bye-bye, you fools. You're out. At long last, Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman are gone. This guy got forced into retirement. This guy got motherfucking fired. Yes, he did. So I'm really happy that he got fired on January 11th. It was really fun to see him get fired. The problem is not so much that he failed. Like, yes, he failed as a coach, but he failed as a GM. And he failed as a coach because the moment he got in, this man failed him. Now, Saquon was a good pick. I don't have a problem with Saquon, but the other picks were horrendous and stuff. Andrew Thomas is all right, but this man made a mockery of him. And I don't like GMs that have too much power. I feel like the coach is the guy who should have more of the power, and he should technically be the GM. The GM should only have control over certain attributes. I don't think they should have control over draft picks so much. But I think they should have control with the coach to determine who they want to re-sign and who they want to trade for and stuff. That's fine. But I think all the draft picks should go to the coach because he's the guy who has the relationship on the field with the players. He doesn't have the relationship with the GM. The GM is not supposed to have a relationship with the players most of the time. He's the guy who has to fire them and trade them away. This man fucked up, and this man should have had more power. Anyway, those are the 2 guys that I'm happy to go. But this motherfucker right here, this guy right here, Daniel Jones, Danny Fumbles is what I call him. This motherfucker better not be the quarterback this coming year. They either are going to have to draft a new quarterback, trade for a quarterback, or look for a quarterback in free agency. Because I'm telling you right now, The Giants' future of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley future hinge on new GM. So this man better be fired, because if not, we're going to have some problems. Saquon's a great player. I don't know what quarterback the Giants are going to get, but yeah. So those are all my things I have to say about the sports world and everything else. But I'm really hoping that the Giants find a GM and a coach that can actually develop these players, because we haven't had a good coach since the man, the legend, Tom Mother effing Coughlin, when he won us 2 Super Bowls in 2008 and 2012 with the freaking man, Eli Manning, and a good O-line and everything else. So somebody better find something and get us a good development going here, because I don't know what's going on, but that's what I have to say. So I covered all the sports right now. Obviously, I don't really have anything to talk about baseball. I'll talk about when the season really starts, March Madness, all of that. But yeah. So until next time, guys, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one. As they say in the big house, go blue, and we'll see what happens next season. But there will be a couple more Michigan videos coming out for football. There will be one final hype video that will be coming out for Michigan, where it will be called Unranked to Number 2. Being unranked and then going to number 2 is a big factor for Michigan. So I can't wait to see what happens with all of that. So yeah, just don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one.